Hello guys and welcome back to the FM20 Mobile Career Mode. Today we have the season review of the 27-28 season. As you know, we were in the Championship. It was our first year here. We did a very decent job, to be fair. There was 19 wins, 13 draws and 14 losses. We did okay in the goal difference front, 0 overall, scoring only 48 goals but only conceding 48, which is the important bit. We were joint least conceded person in the league with Coventry with 48 obviously as well, which is a very good effort from the boys, but we were nowhere near scoring. I think we only scored more than two teams at Palace and Portsmouth. Even Colchester and Preston, who both got relegated, scored more than us, so which is a bit weird really. Portsmouth, who only got blooming 4 goals less than us, only had 16 points all season, so it's one of them. It's how the ball goes, but we did alright by the end of the season. Start of the season it was looking a bit iffy and I thought we were going to be battling for not get relegated, but we ended up finishing the season off well, as a whole anyway. But I'll show you them now. So yeah, we didn't lose a game all the way from the start of March all the way to the end of the season, the end of April. So I can't complain there, to be honest. And even then, we only lost 4 games in the whole of 2028. So I can't complain. There was a bit of a bad run there, a lot of draws and losses. But it could have been way worse. The Carabao Cup performance was a bit of a disappointing one, losing to Walsall 1-0 in the first episode this season, which then skipped the season quite considerably. We did alright in the FA Cup, but eventually getting knocked out by the division below us, Huddersfield Town, 3-1. But it's one of them. This season was a bit of a write-off anyway. We just wanted to try solid ourselves in the Championship, and hopefully do okay considering where we are in the series. I just want a quick note, I am losing a bit of motivation for this, and when FIFA 21 comes out I won't be doing this. There's no way I'll be able to be bothered to do this, and I've got other things happening in my life, nothing bad, just things that I'll probably be doing college-wise and stuff like that I just won't have time to do this. But we'll hopefully get to the end of it as best as we can. Still got till like October, November time, and it's August, start of August at the current time of recording. So we should be okay to finish it off if we get a move on. Maybe I have to go to three episodes a season, 3 episodes a week, but we'll see how we do for now. But that's that. As a whole, as a team, Von Schrotter did okay, getting 14 goals. I mean, he didn't get to the heights of he did last season, but it was never going to happen being in a different division. But I think we'll let him improve and see how we get on, building up to try and get into the Premiership. Obviously, Lodi had a decent season, scoring 9, so 1 more than last year, and also playing 11 games less. So what can we say? Benedetto doing well, and Guyana. Cavallo also doing decently as well. As you know, we should probably go on to the reserves, to be honest, because I keep forgetting to do these in the season reviews and then having no data to show because I can't go back in time as well. Obviously, Lee Evans is a retiree this season, 34 years of age. He played 1 game for the first team this year, but was captain of the reserves. Played 24 times, scored 7 and assisted 6. Other than that, we obviously Bolis got dropped, who I'll try to get rid of for the next season. Mata, I think we'll probably get rid of him as well. He wasn't as good as I thought he was going to be, so he'll be let loose. Mapala, he looks to be okay, so we'll see how he does. And Brett is a youngster keeper who we'll probably get rid of as well. But we'll just have a look at the fixtures. As you can see, it was a bit abysmal throughout the year, especially that run there, blooming heck. If that was first team, I'd have been sacked. So it's one of them. We ended the season decently with Derby win and Leicester draw. As you can see, Derby came third and Leicester won it. So I guess not too bad, but from them results, you can see that we finished bottom. And that was going to be a given, to be honest. What can you do really? But yeah, that's how it's going so far. I think what we'll do is I'll just show you the other competitions, the ones that we care about in the Premiership in England really. So Chelsea came away with the Premier League. Blackburn, obviously, as you know. League One was Bristol. League Two was Barnet, and then obviously Morecambe came all the way down to the Vanarama North. They're a local team to me, so they're trying to make their way back up. Unfortunately for them, let's just see. They didn't go any lower than that, did they? No, they didn't go any lower. God, that'll be a bit embarrassing. The FA Cup was won by Chelsea. Carabao was Liverpool. The Community Shield was City, and then Leasing.com Trophy at Bristol, and then there are all the reserves as we go along. Let's just have a look at all the other stuff, basically. I believe we want Continental, yeah. So Real Madrid came away with the Champions League, Napoli with the Club World Championships. European Super Cup was won by United. The Europa League was won by Bilbao, and the second Europa League was won by Celtic. So that's not bad from the boys, really. It could have been a lot worse. But what I'll do now is we'll go over to the wiki, and I'll show you the stuff on there. And here we are on to the Gateshead wiki. Obviously, link in the description if you want to check this out. Obviously, I spent a lot of time on this, and as I said previously in this episode, I'm losing the will to live to do it, and this is one of the reasons why it slows me down. I thought it was a good idea at first, but once I've started something, I've got to finish it. So once season's over, that's it. No more full seasons of FM20. There might be or Football Manager in general. There might be a few mini-series. I don't know what I'll do, but this is going to be probably the only series on FM20 anyway. And also, I'm getting a gaming PC. By the time you watch this video, actually, if you're this far in, which would be a fair effort to be fair, I'll have a gaming PC by then. So it might go on to the actual Football Manager, which is probably more interesting than this, when we can do some experiments or something, but we'll see. So obviously I'm the manager, and I always will be unless I get sacked, which will short-live this series. 15,200 seats, average attendance of 10,000, which is decent. League position obviously 13th, 4th round and 1st round in the Carabao. There are all the fixtures of the season, and that's how I show them now. I used to write them down in a table, but I thought I'll just screenshot them and put them in. This is the league table, which you've already seen anyway. So goalkeeper, we obviously played a lot more Mertens this season, 27 games, and he only conceded 19, whereas Mirko Valtorta played 23, so not much less, to be honest, but he conceded way more, 33 goals. So we might look to get rid of Mirko Valtorta, because we've got Caleb Tierney there as a backup if need be. He's been out on loan this season. So we'll see how that goes. But we've obviously Quacciola, he was in and out of the first team and reserves. Only 8 appearances, so we might be looking to get rid of him soon. Rajowski had a decent season. I mean, he's not highly rated, but he's a decent, reliable player, playing 31 games, which is fair enough. He turned up. That's all I can say. Jack Simpson, old player. I think one of the oldest player in the first team. Probably the oldest player in the first team. Getting 4 assists from mostly left back he plays, because he can cover that position, although he has had stints at centre back this season. Glenn Botsky, the captain, doing very well, 36 games. Obviously, he got 2 assists, so did okay, but all from centre back, sometimes at right back, but very rarely. Speaking of right back, Romagnoli obviously played there, but we sold him halfway through the season. So that's one of them. Just good luck to him, although he was getting on a bit, so he'll be retiring in a couple of years. Ryan Astley, he played well. Welsh partnership that we had last season here, Astley and Williams. Obviously they're there, both played under 30 games this season, but no, both did okay. I mean, they're one of them. Astley's still worth a bit of money. To be fair, so is Williams, so it's one of them. We'll see what we want to do with them next season. But obviously, players get way more inflated as they get higher up into the divisions. If he was the same rated and we were in League One, he'd probably only be worth half that. So it's just the way this game runs. Oscar Schonfelder, he's losing his game a little bit. Although he did score 2 and assist 2, but he played a lot more at left back this season. So it's one of them. Matarazzo mostly plays right back for us, although he's a natural left back. Only played 18 games and really should be giving him more game time. I just keep forgetting to put him in, especially with Glenn Botsky there. The auto team puts Glenn Botsky ahead of him and plays other centre backs, which is a bit annoying, but it's the way it is. Cody Ngalou, he was the most used loan player this season, 27 games and 2 yellow cards. I guess he did alright. He was worth 11 million apparently. I wouldn't spend that much money on him, but he did okay, I guess. Aaron Church, solid sub midfielder. He didn't really play much starts, but he did come on off the bench literally every game, so he did okay. Lee Evans obviously retiring and scored 1. Obviously not enough appearances for a testimonial. I haven't actually updated each individual player yet, so I can't even show you his up-to-date thing, although it'll only be one more extra, but I can't bother showing you it. Paco Toral, he was our record signing and only money signing as of this season. 2-star rated, but he was destined to improve to get to 5 stars, so hopefully it was money worth spending. 16 games and 2 yellow cards, so he did okay, but he's worth 8 mil, so nearly 9 mil, so if all fails, we'll just get rid of him. But hopefully he lives up to that expectation. Kai Kennedy, long-serving player, 39, 2 goals and 4 assists, so he did okay. Getting on a bit now, 26, but he could go for a few more seasons at least. Same with Fabio Cavallo. I think he's quite wanted actually, so we'll see what we can do. Benedetto also looking very strong, also worth 5 million as well, so one of them. Sean Robertson, longest serving player at the club currently, and there's been a few offers coming for him. I kind of don't really want to get rid of him. I want him to be the first player to get to 10 seasons to get that testimonial. And also he's still a good asset to have off the bench. He can play all the way along left mid, centre mid, cam and right mid. So he is useful. I think he can also play in strike if need be. So he does the job, and scoring another goal and 4 assists this season is not too bad. Maiton also been around the club for quite a while. 29 games, 2 goals and 5 assists. For a mid-table team, this is quite good, really. Maraguso, who we signed last season, also having another good season, 3 goals, 4 assists in 38 games, so I'll take that. New signing Alberto Flimcietti, he only played 22 games, but scored 2 and 4 assists, so I can't complain at all, really. Strike, we did okay. Guyana did very well, only playing 21 games, scoring 6 goals. Lodi played 28 and scored 9, so both decent, really, score sheets there for sub-strikers. And Von Schroer obviously scoring 14 in 37 games. A few of them were on the wing, but most of them were up strike. So hopefully next year we'll be getting some more goals out of these 3, and we'll see how we do. Obviously George Alexander has been sold, but he did score 2 in 6 games, so it's not a bad scoring tally for that many games. But he's obviously been sold, so we don't have him anymore. Bolus is looking to be sold next season, although he did score 1 goal in 5 games. For the first team, but he was dropped just because he wasn't playing well enough, and I had too many strikers, to be honest. Tried to send him out on loan, tried to sell him, nobody wanted him, so we'll see how we do, see if we can get rid of him. Michael Powell, who was on loan from Liverpool, I believe, he played 11 games. Although he's a striker on this, he played mostly centre mid, just because he was a sub centre mid to have. He did okay. As you know, these are all the signings we made. Players you haven't seen this season, really. PH Mendes, he looks to be quite good. He got sent out on loan this season. So we'll see how he does. And maybe Mapala, who I've mentioned previously. JC Mata isn't very good. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how that goes anyway. George Alexander obviously gone for 600k, so we got quite a nice bit of money. And Tyreek Wright. I didn't really want to get rid of him, but we had too many wingers, so I thought I'd get rid of him. Romain Gnoli obviously went for 500. Saul was a bit of a disappointment, so he went for 400. Bruno 350. Kit Pranu you didn't actually get to see. 325 gone. And McCallum only played. I don't even think he played when we re-signed him. So he went for $250,000. And youngsters Dempsey Kroll obviously left as well. And Fuchs, our ex-captain, went to Lillestrøm this season. He did okay. So Tierney and Mendes and Yates went out. The staff stayed the same from last season, so we went for July Player of the Month, Von Schrotter, August Guyana, September Von Schrotter, October Maraguso, November Cavallo, December Guyana, January Fumsetti, February Maiton, March Lodi, and Mertens had a very good last month. Most appearances, obviously Kennedy, 39. Most goals, Von Schrotter, 14. Most assists, Cavallo, 6. Most yellow cards, 12 from Church, even though he was on the bench most of them. Most red cards, there was 5 of them. They were the naughty boys. Average rating was Fumsetti and Maiton both getting 7.27. Player of the season I decided to give to Maiton. I think it's his second time getting this, with his 2 goals and 5 assists, played very well. Young player of the season was Mertens. He's one of the youngest players at the club, to be fair, but he had a very good first season in the sticks. All player of the season, Jack Simpson, 4 assists, average rating over 7, and I think he was the only player that played over 30 other than Evans, who only played 1 game. So, I mean, he was basically won it by default, but he still had a very good season anyway, so it's one of them. Signing of the season from Sieti, 2 goals, 4 assists, so I'll take that. Team of the season was apparently Mertens, Gombotsky, Astley, Williams, Simpson, Kennedy, Cavallo, Robertson, N'Galo, Maraguso, and Guyana. This is done in December, so it doesn't really give you a good representation of the whole year, but well. You know all the winners, I've already showed you them, I think. So that is this season, and we'll see you in the next one. Let's see if we can get promoted to the Premiership, and if not, do well in it anyway in the Championship. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.